Previously on Mega Man 5. Circling, circling, take your pick, it could be either one really. I did have someone actually write in the comment section that apparently, if you don't use the small moving platforms, it's not supposed to fire the small shots, but obviously it does. So, I'm afraid that strategy doesn't seem to work. A shame really, that would have been interesting. And now... Hello, Rowan Mithril here once again, getting back to the Mega Man 5 Fortress Stage Perfect runs. It's time for Skull Castle Stage 3. And it's a tiny one. It's shiny, it's delicious. I want it. Dragon 1-uppies. Unfortunately, I'm not allowed to have it. I only get to use utility items if the stage forces me to use them to progress. Oh well. One cannon in the way, and it's rematch time. Let's start by seeing if we can put that Charge Man strategy to good use. Even using it, the burning coal still makes me very nervous. In this rematch stage, the Robot Masters get to use their original layers again instead of just bog-standard fortress chambers. I kinda like that. More visual variety. Although, just a minor observation, Charge Man's lair is not an exact replica. It's missing that up and down motion. Nothing major, though I do kinda wonder why they left it out. Did it really save a lot of programming space or something, I wonder? I mean, it doesn't seem like it would. Yep. Yeah, that was kind of close. And one down. Next, let's deal with Wave Man. Overall, this battle isn't too bad. Just make sure you're absolutely still when he lands from his jump, and he shouldn't summon the water wave under your feet. The way this fight is set up, though, it still makes me wonder if something was left out of the programming. I mean, given Wave Man's weak to the charge kick, it honestly feels like things are set up perfectly to where charge kick should make you immune to the water wave, and yet it doesn't. In fact, thanks to that, it almost feels more dangerous using the charge kick than not. But anyway, 2 down. Next up, Crystal Man. This fight still gives you a lot that you have to watch out for. The first volley of Crystal Eye is key. So long as it's still bouncing around, he can't summon another volley of it. And after it's gone, if you stay fairly close to him like this, he seems less likely to summon it again. You do still have his buster shots to watch out for, though. The fact that he freezes in midair when he's about to fire, it makes it easy to kind of panic and lose track of the pattern, to where you'll just accidentally slide right under where he's about to land. Trust me, I've done it plenty. I'm also fairly sure I have had him go ahead and launch another Crystal Eye, even though I've been close to him, but it at least seems a lot less likely. Not sure if there's something I'm missing with that or not. But 3 down. Next, let's deal with Starman. As soon as the battle begins, be ready to slide. After that, staying fairly close to him seems to get him to launch his shield more often. You kinda want to keep him toward the center of the room. Keep him pinned between the 2 tracks in the background if you can. It gives you a lot more room to deal with him. Even with that, though, do not underestimate Starman. It's very easy to do so. Overall, he seems fairly simple, and I honestly didn't really think I'd need to practice him very much for the rematch stage. I was proven wrong, oh so very, terribly, horribly wrong. He's no nightmare, but he can be a bit trickier than a lot of shield users. Definitely not Woodman level, but still definitely worth keeping an eye on and just being very, very cautious. At the very least, the anti-gravity here helps a lot, and we're halfway done. Next up, Gyro Man. Overall, Gyro Man's pretty easy to lead. You definitely want to keep him toward the edges if you can, and keep plenty of distance between you. You can get more shots in on him when he uses the ground-based gyro attack, so hey, keep using it. Overall, just don't get complacent, don't get greedy with the shots, get your counterattacks when you feel safe. And that's 5 down. Let's see, next... let's deal with Gravity Man. There's no locking Gravity Man into a pattern, he does all the work for you. You just have to know what his pattern is and react to it. Don't let him pin you in with his flips or his shots. Pretty much just layer on the shots, follow the pattern, and concentrate more on dodging. And that's 6 down. Next up, Stone Man. Stone Man works kinda like a lesser Crystal Man in some ways, in the fact that he gets one use of his main weapon, and if you do things right, that's the only use of it he should get. He only gets to use Power Stone if he's far away from you. So, after that first use of it, just stay close to him. It tends to just be a bit of a drawn-out battle due to how much of it he spends invincible by breaking himself. And that's 7 down. With that, all that's left is Napalm Man. Lock him into the Toadman pattern as soon as you can. So long as you stay close to him, he's just going to keep launching napalm bombs, and they're very easy to dodge. If you let him get too far away, he'll use the missiles again. Something that keeps getting told to me, apparently in the Game Gear version, for whatever reason they didn't put in the missile sprite, and so when he uses that attack, he just launches napalm bombs straight forward. And with that, we're done. Or are we? Nope. It's Wily time. After all that, thankfully this boss is pretty easy. Meet the Wily press. Basically, you just have to keep an eye on where he's going to position himself. Jump if you have to. If you don't have to, don't. So far, he seems to just really want to make me jump. It's all about quick decisions and making sure where you're safest. But overall, this is a very easy battle. And you know what? After dealing with 8 Robot Masters, even if they are easier ones, I'll take an easy Wily fight. Of course, I have kind of run out of things to say by now, because there's not much else to it. I guess I'm training more Pokemon. I also finally got all my level 100s transferred over. Thankfully, out of 18 boxes full of level 100s, there were only 25 of my Pokemon that Transport had a problem with, and Pink was nice enough to help me get those fixed up. So yay, my full collection is on X and Y now. Right now I'm working on breeding a Barbaracle. Yeah, that's pretty much all there is to this fight. Due to the way the end of the stage thing works, if you time it right, you can actually land on the spikes there with no ill consequences while the victory fanfare plays. Yeah, guess what I'm not going to be attempting. Not after getting the rest of this stage right. I want to be done with this one, man. Okay, one more hit. And there we go. Rematch stage complete. Of course, we're not quite done yet. I mean, we are for this video, but we still have to go check out the Jolly Candy-like skull. But that's something for next time. For now, outtakes. Enjoy! Oh, blast! Nothing major, just an interesting observation. Hey! You turned early. Yeah, keep doing the charge. That makes me less nervous. Ow, blast! Ow, blast! It's still an irritating one by how much he blocks your shots. But it isn't that bad overall. I say that now. It honestly seems like the fight is set up to where Charge Kick, being Waveman's weakness, should make you immune to the water wave, and yet I land right on a harpoon. As you can see in this particular rematch stage, the Robot Masters get to use their original lairs again, instead of just bog-standard fortress chambers. Ow! Nice chest bump there. The weird thing is I still kind of wonder if there was a programming omission in this fight. It really seems like it's set up to where charge kick should... I didn't move! You broke the contract! Technically, reviewing this in slow motion, I was moving after he landed. Oh well. Ow. That was a bad dodge. If you stay good and close to him, it seems like it keeps him from firing. Ow. Well, if you don't slide right into him when he jumps on you. Bad move. It is a lot less dangerous, though, than him getting those crystals bouncing around again. Welp. Staying fairly close to him seems to... Really? Really? Next, let's take on Starman. And let's have him land right on me. That was clumsy. I need to practice fighting you. And so, another rematch stage is complete. This one, though, especially after the ones from 2, 3, and 4, was a good bit on the easier side. I give Skull Castle Stage 3 a 5 out of 10. It is an easier set of Robot Masters overall, but there is still a lot that can go wrong. Charge Man can still trap you pretty easily with a Burning Coal attack, Crystal Man can trip you up pretty easily in different ways, Wave Man can always chest bump you if you get the jumps wrong, or you can get the timing wrong and get hit with a harpoon. Heck, even Starman can pretty easily pin you down if you're not careful. So even knowing good solid ways to deal with this lot, while it does help a good bit, things can still go very wrong sometimes. With all of it leading up to Wily Press, well, at least that part of it's fairly simple. Though if you're not careful, there is that risk of instant death with the spikes there. At least they're pretty easy to avoid, so even that doesn't really bump up the difficulty any. The thing to bear in mind, though, is even with an easier set like this, 9 perfect boss battles in a row is still a tall order. It's easy to get complacent against the bosses you think won't be a problem, or to lose focus in tight patterns that you really need to keep track of. However, keep that focus all the way through, and this does come across as sort of a middle-of-the-road boss rush. There's definitely tougher out there, but the way some of these Robot Masters can still trip you up earns them at least a little respect. So good 5 out of 10 here. With that, that's the end of this one. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the vid, and I shall see you again next time for the last stage of Mega Man 5. Until then, fare thee well.